Hello and welcome to the Content Marketing Playbook. I'm so excited to share this training with you, and I will explain exactly why and how I kind of developed this method in a moment in this video. But before I dive into all of that, I just want to emphasize how important it is to actually implement what I'm talking about in this video. And you can do it as we go along, video by video, and you can literally take action at the end of each video, or you can watch all of them in one go and then get started, and there is a little video at the end which gives you a little summary of the things you can do as the next steps. But it's so important to implement it, and it really, once you do, if you do, it really will help you reach your business goals. And here's why. Now, as a journalist, I have always known the power of content. Okay. And, and this video really is about, and I'm just going to move to the page. It's getting intentional with your content. And that's what I want to kind of start kind of easing you into the idea of this right now. Now, as a journalist, I've always known the power of content. I've known it's such a powerful way to attract your soul tribe. It's how you get them to believe in what you do, and it's how you get them to take action, which means there's absolutely no surprise that Seth Godin, the godfather of modern marketing, said content marketing is the only marketing there is left. But definitely in the early days of my business, I found that I was doing all the things I knew I should be doing to create great content, like sharing value, telling people what I offer, showing up consistently, etc., etc. And while it was getting me some results and clients and a certain level of success, as I tried to grow, I was struggling to improve those results, and the effort to do so was so very often at the expense of my personal life, and the results didn't seem to correlate with what I was actually putting into it, and it was very, very frustrating. So I knew content was my superpower. I knew I could connect and was growing a loyal audience of Soulmate fans. I knew people wanted what I had, but I wasn't getting the results I wanted. And I'd look at these people who ran businesses just like my own and was seeing the levels of success I wanted. And I came to the conclusion that perhaps I wasn't working hard enough or hadn't found the right thing. And so I'd work harder and do more things and do things differently and try something else. And guess what? I was still getting the same uninspiring results that just weren't a reflection of where I really wanted to be in my business. Now, maybe you've reached a different conclusion. Maybe you've decided that you're a special case, and the reason you can't move forward with your content is because it doesn't work for you, or for your industry or your audience. The chances are, if you're struggling to scale your results, it has nothing to do with any of the above, and everything to do with something else, which once I realized really did change everything for me. It wasn't that content didn't work as well for me as it did for other people, or because I wasn't doing enough video or on the latest social media platform, or that I hadn't hit on the right idea yet. It was quite simply that I wasn't being intentional enough or smart enough with how I was creating, using, and sharing my content. Now, when you're in the business of helping people, like you and me are, content can be such a rewarding part of your work, particularly if you love communicating. It's an opportunity to share what's on your heart, your ideas, establish yourself as a thought leader, become the go-to in your niche. It's where you can express yourself creatively. It's where you can connect with people you would love to work with and help them and create relationships with them. The problem is with this, it can easily start becoming something you just do because you enjoy it or think you should be doing because everyone tells you should, rather than something that's getting you results and moving you towards your goals. And that is busy work. And actually, it's also a massive waste of your time. And you may enjoy it, but don't fool yourself into thinking you're doing something that's growing your business, because you're not. Now, if you're having a bit of an epiphany right now and you're realizing, oh my gosh, this is me, I want to reassure you that all that content you've already created isn't going to be in vain. There's every chance it can be put to good use. Also, I want to reinforce that it's not that your content doesn't work for you, that you're not working hard enough or on the right shiny new platform, or that you haven't hit on that big idea yet. It's probably, quite simply, one or all of the following things. You either don't have enough focus, you're a big ideas person and you have too many ideas and you're trying to take action on all of them at once. You're not being intentional with your content, which we've just talked about. You're not aware of the purpose of each piece of content and or how it feeds into your bigger short and long-term goals. You get easily distracted by the next thing. It's not that the idea is no longer such a good idea. It's quite simply that once you've, through that initial excitement, it does become about doing the work and tweaking and improving it until it's as good as you can get it. And shiny object syndrome, which a lot of us, including me, suffer from, is both a sabotage and procrastination tool. And we really do have to be aware of that. Or it could be that your focus is too far in the future. You know where you're going, but you haven't really got clear on how you're going to get there. It's like knowing what the house of your dreams looks like, but, trying to build it without getting an architect in to draw up the plans. And so we're going to talk about how to do that today. And, so I just want you to, talking about kind of mixing my metaphors here, but it is a bit like that analogy of like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And what we're going to learn in this training is exactly how to do that. So all the things I've just mentioned there, lack of focus, shiny object syndrome, being too, being so focused on far ahead in the future, but not really figuring out the path there, etc. These were all things that I had identified as issues that stopped my content getting the results I wanted it to be creating for my business. And I realized that no matter how much of the theory and practical skills you have for creating great content, if you want to use it to scale your business, you not only have to know where each piece of the content you're creating fits into that puzzle, but you also need systems, processes, and workflows in place so you can reach those goals efficiently and predictably and on purpose without burning out. And that's a really important one for me because I have burnt out so often. And it's something that I am really, really working hard at creating systems now to protect myself against. So, when we're not doing that, a whole load of energy leaks happen. So I realized that the answer isn't groundbreaking. It's quite simply the magic combination of being intentional, having a system, and having a plan. And that's what became my content marketing playbook. Now, this is not, what to post when, what to post here and when and why and everything like that. It's not that type of playbook. It's a playbook that helps you get clear on your goals and your timeframes so you can create the content you need to create to move your business forward. And, I really do feel, I can't emphasize enough how it really does, going back to that quote, content marketing is the only marketing there is. This is why it's important. This is why the content you're creating needs to be moving your business forward. So for me, kind of starting to implement the system really marked the moment where I stopped feeling my way to success and kind of acting on each and every brilliant idea I had, and therefore kind of never being able to give any of those brilliant ideas the full attention and exploration and development that they deserved. And it's when I started to get strategic in a way that honored the fact that I'm also a big visioning creative. It's like that blend of strategy meets creativity. So it also marked the moment for me when I could finally get off the content creation hamster wheel and get more traction from what I was actually creating. I was able to start creating a legacy of evergreen content that keeps on working for me, rather than creating content that just keeps on getting lost down a newsfeed. I was also able to start making content a focused, streamlined, and profitable part of my work, not just something that I was kind of doing for fun or that had become a fruitless stress and time drain. It was really focused and intentional. And I was able to finally move my business forward towards that big vision that I have for my life. And by actioning these steps and strategies, you can do that too. Now, a lot of the strategies I'm going to share, you will have probably have heard of before. But the question is, have you implemented them? And have you implemented them consistently and used them as a part of a strategy that's totally focused on your goals? And if you haven't, this training is definitely for you. So talking of goals, that's what we're going to move on to next. What are they? And what do they have to do with content anyway? That's what we're talking about in the next video. See you there.